Hi, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to today's Thirsty Thursday Jam Happy Hour. Very excited. We have 4 very talented artists today that are joining us. They go by the name of Lady Denim.
What's up? How's it going?
What's up? How are you guys?
Good.
We're doing great.
Fantastic.
Are you tuned in from Colorado, or where are you tuned in from today?
Fort Collins.
City.
Yeah, Fort Collins is home, but we're down in Denver today.
Yeah.
Okay, very nice. So for everyone who's tuned in, we're going to get you familiar with these faces on your screen. We've got Matthias, Nick without a K, Nick with a K, and Chris. And the 4 of them combined make up the band Lady Denim, and you can check out all their music. I think you guys have some merch and some other cool stuff, like a mailing list for emails on your website, which is ladydenimband.com. And so if you're watching today, definitely check them out. Check them out on Instagram and your preferred major music platform. And I think you guys are going to be sipping on some of our wine over there today, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Well, I'm going to raise a glass to you before we get into that first song. Cheers.
Boom.
Cheers.
And if you're at home and want to get hooked up with our wine, go to jamcellars.com/buy. The link's posted below. We've got a variety of ways for you to access our products across the country. And without further ado, you want to get going?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Ramona, tonight you're my favorite girl. Watching you dance, there's no one else in the world. And crowded parties are never really your thing. But you drink back wine and slur every word you say. You ask me softly, can we get out of here? I reach for jars until slide and hold my beer. As I grab the door, is this where our story begins? Opening chapters matched with untold ends. 'Cause you make me feel like I'm finally alive. I'm drunk on you, unlike me to do. As for tomorrow, I hope it don't come soon. Spirits beginning tethered. She knows what they do, but it's all for the thrill of it. And oh, Jam Cellar, I look at you starry-eyed. You and those untold secrets throughout the night. As I watch you sail, with your hands out the window. Does the wind blow farther than Colorado? 'Cause you dream in color of days when you grow. Just say the words, I'm sold. 'Cause you make me feel like I'm finally alive. I'm high on you, unlike me to do. As for tomorrow, I hope it don't come soon. But I've been thinking lately, with my candid eyes, why you took me on this grand adventure when you could have any guy. But now the sun is rising, may our story never end. But as I make your words to tell you, say you're such a good friend.
thank you, Lady Denim, everybody.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
So that first one's Ramona, and did you guys know you have like the 2-year anniversary coming up for the release of that EP?
Is that already?
Yeah.
Already, man. It's gone by.
The beginning of
Mental.
April.
Yep.
You guys gonna do like a little celebration for it or something?
Now that you reminded us, we have to start
We
planning.
are.
Exactly.
We'll start planning.
Now we look bad. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, obviously things are tight here, but it'd be cool to do some commemorative merch maybe, or
Oh.
maybe some new music, dare I say. Who knows?
So I know that you have released just like a handful of months ago the sort of like stripped down 3-part release. Did you do it through Unwrapped?
Yeah, we spent most of COVID, obviously, and then prior to that, I mean, songwriting. So as a developing band, we are kind of getting our toes wet with opening shows and kind of making sure we can keep our name relevant within Northern Colorado. But we've had a lot of time to do songwriting, so we were able to showcase some new music there. But yeah, so that stuff is obviously not out yet, but we were able to perform that at a more stripped down level.
Heck yeah. And then I think you probably have hopefully something coming out later this year. So for that reason, people should subscribe to your mailing list maybe on your
Absolutely.
website.
Stay clued in.
And then do you guys post like your, aside from the like newsletter, what do you post most frequently on social media? Do you do Instagram posts or Facebook posts?
Definitely the gram. We're gram boys.
At Lady Denim, everybody. Check them out. And then, so for you guys, like you put that EP out about 2 years ago now, and I guess I'm wondering how long did it take from point A to point Z from the initial, first song that you decided to make part of that EP to the very end when you finally put it out for the public to enjoy? How long did that take, like altogether?
So Pipe Dream was our first single, and that's on Fed You Goes Like Ramona. So that was the first one we did, and I think a few months after that, that's when we decided to do the 3 other songs. So we had Pipe Dream, and then we were kind of like, all right, let's, this is when we were still a young band, but a lot younger than we are now, of course, still learning, getting the kinks out. So we were kind of like, we got to get these songs recorded really quickly. So we kind of just got everything going.
Yeah, it was very negligent songwriting,
it was
I would
quick,
say.
for sure.
Yeah. Wasn't too much structure, just flying by the seat of our pants.
Well, and how does it all come together? There's 4 of you, so do you kind of come up with your own ideas independently and then bring it all together sort of like puzzle pieces, or do you collaborate for the most part with the creative process as a whole?
I think creatively, especially when we started, I know Nick and Nick were the brainchilds. They were really going in and writing musically, lyrically, but I think as we've progressed as a band, our songwriting has progressed. So I think we bounce off each other chemically when we're together. I think each of us have strengths that we pull from, and we try to keep it fairly fluid these days. Each of us have had a finger in the pie, so to say. But
That's a good one.
it's definitely a hodgepodge for sure.
Okay, so I have a little question for each of you can answer this uniquely and independently, but I have the request that you also answer this as a group. So if you had a reality TV show and like a camera crew was following you around and it's your show, what would you want as your sort of theme song to showcase you as a person and your day-to-day activities?
Yikes. Let's start with you, Ozzy. You got an idea?
Gosh. Let me think.
So it's like an individual theme song for each one of us?
Yeah, and then as a group, what do you think your band sort of...
I know for me, a lot of whiny, angsty kind of, just all over the place kind of emo kind of stuff. So, I mean, probably wouldn't be too appealing for the beginning of an episode or something, but yeah, for me.
I think I would definitely have to go with I Believe in a Thing Called Love by The Darkness.
Oh, okay.
So I grew up in the more like country part of Colorado, so like I do listen to some country. I'm a big outdoorsy kind of guy, so I'd probably go with something like Brothers Osborne or
Fried chicken.
maybe even like right? Keith Urban, like something kind of soulful and
Okay.
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like my Phil Lundeen, if you're watching this, would probably hope for something around like REO Speedwagon or Journey or of that nature. But yeah, I don't know. And then as a whole, we have our own little songs we sing together, but to kind of fit the part, I don't even know what it would. Maybe just like I'm Just a Kid by Simple Plan or something like that. But
Now, think back to when karaoke bars were a thing. Who slays like at karaoke? Who's like the one that you're like, okay, you go.
They're not a thing?
Out of the
Yeah,
four
I'm not
of
gonna
you.
tell you a lie. I don't think I've ever done karaoke before, and I'm gonna keep that going.
Wait, ever?
No, never.
I did
I'm sad.
karaoke on a cruise with my sister. And we did the High School Musical song, like Soren. on High School
Soren, we're
Musical.
flying. Yeah.
Exactly. So I don't know if that would make me that person, but I shamelessly did do that.
Wait, so you're telling me Matthias and then Nick without a K and Chris, none of you have done karaoke?
Oh,
Never.
heck no. I have done it, yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
being real quiet over
I
there.
Do you want to forget
don't know
about
if I call myself the king of karaoke, but I guess if half of us haven't. Yeah.
Okay, so Ramona, that first song that you just played, back when live shows, in-person shows were a thing, that's like one of your go-to favorite songs because of the way that the crowd kind of interacts with you. What was like the last in-person show that is really memorable for you guys?
Do you know what, for me, I think the band, we're on the same page with this one, but we opened for one of our mates' band at Lost Lake, a super cool, it was a packed out venue at Lost Lake. And it was opening slot, it was our mates' band, and we definitely want to support them, and we're really glad that we got the opportunity to play there. But that was one of the most high energy, we played shows and there's 400, 500 people there, but that was only like 150, and the energy and the crowd was, I think personally, that was probably my most memorable one, sure.
And you guys just did, or are you going to, or did you just do the Battle of the Bands?
Yeah,
That
we just
you-
finished that up. That was super dope.
And you were doing that last year, like right when the pandemic hit, right?
Yeah, that was crazy. We were kind of getting the stride going with things still, and I mean, the ball was really rolling fast, and we definitely got hit with like a break check there, obviously. But it was kind of cool being able to wrap that up and obviously just perform live and in person.
We didn't know it was going to happen. We were banking on it not happening.
Yeah, we hadn't heard from anybody for the entirety of COVID.
Yeah.
That's the first part of the year.
But-
So yeah, it was just fun play. Really.
How did that work? Like, because I think everyone's just so curious as, the festival lineups are coming out for the fall and everything's starting to kind of feel a bit normal again in terms of planning and being able to go to concerts soon. But how did that work? Like, was there a certain way of seating people or separating people or?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they did social distancing style where they moved it from the original venue to a much bigger kind of amphitheater type place in Greeley, and yeah, they had everyone spaced out, and then they had separate groups go through different entrances and whatnot,
wow.
and had merch tables separated. So yeah, I mean they did a great job in keeping everyone safe. And
Yeah.
It was almost like a symphony hall, nice red canvas seats and multiple levels and everything.
Oh,
so
nice.
There's a lot of space.
Definitely practicing the social distancing, and even the stage was so huge we were able to set up all full, bands on the same stage and have their own little set. So definitely keeping the distance down to a minimum. But things are starting to open up, so I hope people get out.
Yeah. Can't wait. We'll have to have you guys here in our tasting room
Absolutely.
once we get that music going again because it's so
Yeah.
much fun.
So much fun.
And Napa is it's a beautiful place and lots of wine. And we tend to have a heavy pour over here, so we'll hook you guys up.
There we go.
But real quick, thank you to everyone who has tuned in today and is watching our Jam Happy Hour with Lady Denim. It looks like you got a shout out from Gary, who says hello from Australia.
Hello, Gary.
What's going on?
Now, do you guys know who the most highly regarded musician in Australia is?
At the moment?
The chats,
Yeah, it's the chat.
which probably are not, but they're very dope.
I love the chats. They're great.
Ozzy Osbourne.
Ozzy Osbourne.
Ozzy.
Hey,
Oh,
There we go.
I got you.
I see.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, that was good.
All right. If you want to try what we're sipping on, everybody watching at home, head over to jamcellars.com/buy and definitely venture over to ladydenimband.com and check out all that they have to offer in terms of merch, music, and their awesome mailing list that'll keep you posted. And speaking of Lady Denim, I think you guys want to play that song?
Oh, it's an oldie but a
Absolutely.
goodie. It's an oldie. You can count us in.
Yeah. That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Monday morning rain is falling, she's calling, trying to make up for something she did with deep sighs. Guys fly by and try and take her off of my hands. Oh, Lady Denim, those words I meant, way in and out your other ear. So I'm driving home. Way too young for self-confliction. Was it love or infatuation? Between the guys and the lies and the times I spent trying to rekindle us, you're still my home. 'Cause the farther I stray, your grass gets greener. But the longer I stay, you spoil your me. So, Lady Denim, close your eyes. Find yourself instead of other guys. Oh, Lady Denim, close your eyes. Find yourself instead of other guys. Girl, put your records on. Tell me your favorite song. Just go ahead, let your hair down. Sapphire faded dreams. I hope you get your dreams. Just go ahead, let your hair down. Girl, put your records on. Tell me your favorite song. Just go ahead, let your hair down. Sapphire and faded jeans. I hope you get your dreams. Just go ahead, let your hair down.
Woo! Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
So that was pretty dope how the song Lady Denim of yours just kind of progressed so smoothly and naturally into Miss Corinne's amazing cover you just did of Corinne's song.
Yeah.
I think the first time we did that was it Justin Timberlake or something like that? Was it? Or Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber
Yeah.
first
Yep,
time.
yep, yep.
There's a few things that fit in there. I like to mix and match.
You have to.
And so would you say like Lady Denim, that song, because it coincides with your band name, obviously, like did you kind of center the theme and the lyrics around like what it means to you to be a band, or how did you kind of connect the two, with that being, the same name as the band?
I think that, I mean, because we released Pipe Dream first, obviously, but Lady Denim was actually the first song we ever wrote, and I think it was more just kind of an FU, you could say, to like me and Nick's former exes. I mean, hopefully they don't ever come across this, obviously, but hopefully they do. But yeah, it was kind of just like the idea of it. So, but yeah, I think that's kind of just a little outlet, and then obviously, yeah, I don't know. I guess past relationships are a big component in the songwriting process for us.
It's good to be sad sometimes, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's good to be sad.
And
channel.
Yeah.
yeah, well, with that being said, like, appreciate you guys so much and all the artists that have just continued to put music out and, just continue to inspire and not only inspire, but make the audience members, even though it's virtual right now, feel like we're not alone with breakup or whatever it may be that we're going through, because
Exactly.
I think music is one of the most like powerful forces when it comes to connecting from afar with people.
Absolutely.
And so thank you guys.
Absolutely.
And so for all the people watching at home, I know that you guys have a virtual tip jar available for those people at home on this Thirsty Thursday feeling tipsy to drop a buck or two. And it's
Absolutely.
at Lady Denim.
Right down
Is that it?
there.
Yeah. Yeah, much appreciated. This is, in the meantime, our version of a concert, and so appreciative to have this technology. I keep saying, like, if you think 100 years ago, what did they even do during the Spanish influenza? Like, what were they doing?
They weren't too focused on going and seeing the, some show.
I'm sure the indie scene was still developing back then or something.
Yeah.
So.
The court jesters in the Jarl's court.
So, okay, now going back to Lady Denim, you just talked about like the inspiration behind like the song, but then as the band name and as far as that goes, how did that all come about in terms of naming yourselves Lady Denim?
I vividly remember sitting on this $20 ARC thrift store couch that we have in our house, an apartment back then. And then our pastor at the time, we were kind of messing around. Nick said, what if I were an indie band? Lady Denim. It was the first time he said. And then we're at the Peach Pit show. Go ahead, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. So I think it was obviously something we were toying around with as a local dive bar band of just us two with acoustic guitars. But we were seeing Peach Pit in Denver. And there was a guy behind us who was your like typical just like indie Tool guy, and he was talking about he was like friends with the drummer of the band and stuff, and I turned around and I was like, oh, do you know Lady Denim? And clearly this was prior to before we had made any sort of
the band,
band name, and he said, oh yeah, my band's opening up for him next month here, which is very funny.
We're like, sick, we have a show.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, I'm sure he's still twiddling his thumbs at the indie shows in Denver, but yeah, if you ever want to come see us, man, you can open up for us.
That's so funny. Oh my gosh. Sometimes I just want to do that to people just to see if they react in that same sort of way. Like, just make something up and see if they just go along with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like that Jimmy Kimmel when he went to Coachella. It was literally like just kind of fake band names and asking people if they had seen this band before. That wasn't even on the lineup, and they would just be like, oh, yeah, they're my favorite and stuff. But,
Now, to be fair, probably half those people were just like not even aware of what was being said to them, but
exactly.
Especially on day 3 or whatever.
now, what do you get when you combine someone from Colorado with someone from Idaho?
Uh-oh.
Oh, look, he's on it. He's grabbing his glass.
Go ahead, Dawes.
Yeah.
A baked potato.
Hey, there you go. All right.
Potato related.
Hand me my chalice. I like
All
these
right.
jokes. I'm going to keep these ones for later,
Oh, yeah, go for it.
At
Go
a
for it.
party.
So Nick and Nick, going back to when it was just the two of you, before you guys have turned into this awesome quartet style of a band, how did the two of you come across one another? Like, was it just happen chance or?
Signing a lease in Fort Collins, Colorado.
Yeah. As exciting as it sounds.
And that's exactly how it happened. And it took a while for us to start making music and everything, It was a classic. You'd barely know this person, and the next day you have to wake up and make breakfast for each other, and you're like, cool, all right. We barely know each other, but no, it's kind of went from there.
Like, so did you guys like share a bathroom? Like, if one of you was like needing to get in the shower, but one of you was already in there, did like one of you hear the other sing in the shower, and you're like, oh my gosh, that's it.
I got the material.
Oh
the
my
visions of
gosh.
the butts that just go with it.
I think I would. Yeah, I feel like I was still singing, recording myself, and then listening to it, and then being like super awkward back then about how
It was
I didn't like
yeah.
how it sounded. But yeah, we were definitely working out the kinks. But yeah, I remember like vividly the first song we had played together was "Still Beating" by Mac DeMarco, and it was definitely off very bad.
In a
but-
messy college room, with
Yeah.
underwear
Oh,
everywhere.
no.
Exactly. But yeah.
Well, I mean, like, okay, well, I guess my other question is, who is the messy and who is the clean? Because there's normally, even if you're both messy roommates, there's normally one that just keeps getting pissed because something is
think-
going wrong.
So there's four of us living on a house. With us two, I think we're the vanguards. We're the one that's
Yeah.
really laying down the hammer with making sure soup bowls are in
Clean the dishes.
Yeah.
Do you have a
Put your cups
whiteboard
back.
with like, here's the chores, these are the
Yeah.
designated chores for the
We
week?
should start doing that. Honestly, it'd probably be better.
There are repeat offenders. That would
Yeah.
I think like the worst thing, I had roommates as well in college, and it's like always interesting to see people's true colors, and like you think that person has their act together, but they're like the messiest person you've ever met.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And I had a roommate, and it would make me so mad because I guess she was like trying to do her dishes because I like was kind of grilling her, and I was like, you're leaving them like in the bathroom in like in all these spots, and I don't like it. But so eventually what saved me is I got a magnet for the dishwasher that said dirty or clean.
Oh,
You'd like
that's
flip it
cool.
over.
Yeah.
But before then, the dishwasher would be practically full and clean, but I wouldn't have time to get to it to like dry it and then put it away before class. And she would like shove a bunch of her dirty dishes
No.
in the clean ones.
into the tiny little nooks and crannies that were left where all the clean dishes were. And I would get home from class. And at first I was like, are they just making like a huge like gourmet dinner like every time I leave for class? And then I get back and like they've put the dishes away, but now they're back. And then I realized, no, she's just putting like 2 spoons and 2 bowls on top of all the clean stuff. Yeah.
Yikes.
So she was trying.
Yeah.
But, you know, try a little better.
Effort, yeah.
Exactly.
But yeah, college is an interesting time. It's I was
What's
reading
your alma mater?
Wolfpack, Reno,
Okay. All right. There
University
we go.
of Nevada.
We're enemies though, because we're CSU, so Mountain West
I want
Conference.
to see my ratings go.
Absolutely, yeah. I was happy when we got super good at basketball, but
Probably fun time at those
football
games.
team is
Great time.
not good. But yeah, I was reading the other day, college is like the first and last time basically in your life that you have this like community where you're constantly able to like attend these, you know, different things that are catered to you as a person and meet all these people, and it's like specifically geared towards like that community in your college campus. But before that, high school is not like that, and then after in the real world, you know, you don't have that sort of scenario in terms of like easy access to, you know, walking paths or transportation or just like hobbies and things that are catered towards college students. So I feel like that's something that we need to work on as a country, is providing just day-to-day adults
Oh yeah.
with,
Yeah.
you know, that sort of stuff. I don't know.
Absolutely.
It's crazy
Better
to me.
infrastructure.
It comes down to culture,
Yeah.
though. I think that's like a cultural question.
Yeah.
Like, you know, those kinds of things. You know, how we live our lives that kind of orders our day. I think we have quite an individualistic mindset out here in the West, and it is sad how we miss out on community that way. But
Yeah.
Now, did you guys all graduate from CSU?
No, we're still going.
Oh my gosh, you're still in college?
Oh yeah, college kids.
Are you doing all the Zoom lectures and nothing in person?
Yeah.
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 Oh my goodness. So are you graduating this spring?
I'm graduating in December, so next fall.
And then
Okay.
Graduating.
I'll be the following spring. Yeah.
Very
And
nice.
Chris and I work full time, so
Yeah, we're out of college. We're a little bit older.
Yeah, I guess.
He was the OG Rami. Yeah.
I went to CSU my freshman year.
Yeah.
I was an art major, so I did a lot of work.
Love it. Well, hopefully by the time, the two of you Nicks, are graduating in the fall and next spring, it's not the like drive-through stuff or the Zoom
Oh, yeah.
graduations by that
No,
point.
for sure.
Hopefully not.
Exactly.
You gotta like really enjoy that diploma grab.
Right.
You know?
I
Exactly.
want to
Paid a lot for
toss my hat. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to lose it.
Yeah.
All right. You guys ready for another song?
Yeah. Why not? Let's do it.
Cool.
Count us in.
sure thing. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4.
If she calls me in the morning, I'll be snoring and dreaming of her. 'Cause lately, this old boy gets daisy, 'cause kissing her lips tastes like cherry limeade. Hang with me after school in my neighbor's pool when he's not around. And if your dad calls you like you tend to do, don't answer it now. I'm certain that things aren't working. I'll paint the picture towards happy endings. Summer lovebird, there is no right word to describe the taste on my tongue. But the night is still so new, despite your curfew, just dance around. The ripest nights in June, baby, hung the moon, let's dance around. The summer's almost over. Don't grow with the weather, leaving me bitter cold. When I'm old and gray, memories begin to fade. Promise you'll be my cherry limeade.
Woo! Thank you, thank you. So that was Cherry Limeade.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a single release, correct?
Yes.
Yes,
Right.
ma'am.
So how did that song come to be? What was the inspiration behind that one?
Lyrically, I was at a Sonic happy hour, and cherry limeade was clearly a flavor you could pick. But I think the idea of just like another component to all our lives is just kind of that quick summer romance, and kind of how quickly it moves, but how in the moment you are. But yeah, I think just
kind of being in that and being young was a big component in the songwriting. But yeah, that was the first song we flew out to LA because we had signed with a manager at that time, Edie, if you're watching. But yeah, that was our first recording we did out in Los Angeles with our friend Casey.
Shout out to Casey.
Shout out to Casey. Yeah,
Cheers to Casey.
exactly.
Yes, absolutely.
I need my grog.
Cheers, everybody who's watching.
Yeah.
Check out our wines
Sorry, it's a
online
grog.
at the links posted below.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers. Check out the band. And you can find their music on your preferred major music platform. I think your EP and your single Cherry Limeade is on Apple Music and Spotify and YouTube.
I think everything, Amazon Music, all that
Yeah.
kind of rock. Yeah.
Heck yeah. What is just hold your glass while we're at it.
Your chat.
Yeah.
She's got
Yeah,
that
your
joke
chalice,
bubbling
yes.
up. Yeah, chalice.
What does the band Toto say when ordering a gin and tonic?
That's our go-to drink, but I don't know.
I'm trying to like think of every lyric in that song right now.
Yeah.
I-
I don't.
Hold the lime.
Hold the line.
Oh, my goodness.
I was singing Africa in my head.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, me too.
Oh boy.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you.
So for you guys, what is like one venue or one city, one country that moving forward, once everything opens back up and we're back to normal, whatever that is in the future, where do you want to perform? Where do you want to explore as artists?
Country.
I think a band joke that we always do is Columbus, Ohio. We always kind of joke about like the days when it's like rainy and we're on tour and it's Columbus, Ohio. And all that.
Just a random one.
That's a random one, but
I'd love to play some
realistically, yeah.
festivals. I love kind of that atmosphere. You know, it's a little different than being indoors.
Absolutely.
Reading Fest. For
Reading
sure.
Festival,
Glastonbury, yeah, right. I
Pop
mean,
or
that's
something
like the
that.
ultimate. Yeah.
Go back to England, cross the pond, you know.
I think Scandinavian countries for me would be really cool. But yeah.
I like
All
it.
right.
What about
you know?
what about Bottle Rock?
Back to your people.
We're the presenting sponsors.
All right. So, well, we know that, but I mean, if the brown nosing starts now, obviously, yeah. Bottle Rock. No, we're super stoked. I think even as fans, looking at you guys' lineup for what is it, September?
Yep, September 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
I mean, yeah, those are some staple bands in our discography. But yeah, that's
Love it.
super exciting to see that festivals are coming back to life. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
I've always thought that Stevie Nicks and Miley Cyrus, they have, obviously Stevie Nicks is just beyond measure
Yeah.
in terms of her abilities. But I always thought that Miley has like a younger, more, I guess, like twangy style of voice of Stevie Nicks. So I'm hoping that the two of them aren't performing at the same time because I know they like to do that with festivals so that they can split up the crowd.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping I can see both of them
You'd be
because
so torn, you don't know where to go.
I know
Well,
because I
we
want
made
to
options.
I want to see Miley. I've been talking about this for like a year now or over a year. I want to see her do Wrecking Ball but like be hanging from a wine barrel.
That'd be great. See that live.
I think we would definitely have to stick with Stevie Nicks. She definitely has that witchy
Yeah.
personality. So
Yeah, she's awesome.
Okay, so Nick with a K. Earlier
Okay.
you were talking about where you would want to go as an artist. So, question for you, why is it that the Norwegian people, they tend to put these big barcodes on the side of their battleships?
Oh, I don't know. This is a joke. I didn't know if I was expected to know this.
We're on a tour.
Yeah.
Like, should you know this?
I do not know that question.
To Scandinavian.
That's funny.
Okay,
man.
cheers.
Cheers.
All right.
Scandinavian. Okay. I get it. Yeah.
Okay, so earlier I was asking you guys, like, if you had a reality TV show, what you'd want as your theme song. So let's take it to another level. So let's say you're in a movie and you're the star lead role, and this movie's centered around you, and there's a particular scene. Let's think back to nightclubs. Remember those? Or a big bar, or, you know, a public place like that, where a lot of people are joined together. So let's say in this particular scene of the movie, you're wearing a nice new shirt and you're trying to impress your date or something like that. Things are going really well, and then some indie tool turns around with his AMF bright blue and like purposely chucks it on like all over you and your date. Things are about to go down. What is your fight song for this scene?
Okay. What's the name of the song in the opening to School of Rock? That No Vacancy.
No vacancy. Fight. Yeah, at the beginning.
I'm not a fighter, I'm a lover.
Yeah. Come on,
Yeah,
man.
I don't.
Motley Crue, Wild Side, you know, get some Tommy Lee going.
Yep.
Yeah, probably like Tom Sawyer by Rush or something.
Oh my god.
Some Eye of the Tiger.
Yeah.
Sleeves
Okay.
roll up.
Yep. I love it. Mine would be American Girl by Tom Petty. It's like unexpected, but it would fit.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay. Oh my gosh, what was I gonna say? Oh, okay. So, what was like your first memory of everything clicking for you for music for each of you? Like as a kid or as a teenager, whenever it was for you, when were you like either inspired by music and wanted to pursue it, either like as a hobby or you knew you wanted to make a career out of it? When was that for each of you?
Like which one? I guess for me it would be like middle school, like being in the talent shows with my middle school band, and we played like I think Metallica covers, or we were like super like classic rock, and just being on stage. I mean, for a talent show for like our parents, and I remember thinking like with the spotlight on and whatnot, like that was like the coolest thing for me, and it was just me and like two other guys, and we totally butchered those covers, but it was just it was just like wow, like I'd love to. I don't know how it's gonna work, but I'd love to pursue this somehow, after
Heck yeah.
school, and that'd probably
That's
be it.
cool.
I don't know. Yeah. What would you say?
Oh man, I don't know. I think it would be, this is when we were in England still, barely no guitar at this point, and it's right when Two Door Cinema Club, What You Know, comes out. I liked the Relient K, the Blink 182s with like rocky kind of just like that's what I love. But then I heard that song when it first came out. I was young at the time. And I was like, this indie, like this really melodic, snappy, groovy kind of stuff. And I remember like just going into a big hole of kind of finding indie music. And I didn't know play guitar at that point, but I'll practice guitar in the mirror, play on my stage. So that's
Gotta practice the stage.
yeah, you have to, man. The stage
Yeah.
presence,
That's
yeah.
the most
So I
Headphones
think
on,
yeah,
crank.
exactly. So I think really us being an indie band now was me finding indie music, being a young little kid and be like, this is it. This is my calling right now, kind of thing. So
Heck yeah.
yeah, that's me.
I think for me, the opposite, the most uninspiring moment was probably sitting in a room with like 3 other women around my mom's age and learning how to play How Great Is Our God on the guitar. But the most inspiring, I would say, was probably when we packed the house which we live in now back in like late 2018. And I was like, it was like probably 60 people. And to us, that's still a good amount of people.
It was a
To us,
small
that was,
room.
yeah.
It felt like a lot.
It was very packed, and I just remember freaking out, and like Chris being to Nick in the background, just like, yo, is Nick okay? But like I was just like, oh my god. But like after that, I just felt like such a king, even though it was obviously very humbling.
And even though we were literally playing on a carpet that was under zip-tied milk crates for a stage.
Yeah, like a rigged up stage.
What?
It was so
basement.
funny. We had like
Yeah.
all these like eBay lights going.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was so sick.
It's just so fun. Like,
I
so
love
fun,
it.
Yeah. I think for me, I've been playing music for a long, my whole life. Ever since I was 6, I was learning drums, and I took private lessons, and it's honestly just been something that I think is an expression. It's always something that's been a part of my life, and I think I'd be doing it regardless of whether I was making money from it or not. But yeah, I guess I don't think there was any one moment. I've always, like I said, I've always known music as a part of my life. But just the fact that I get to express it this way, especially with my brother and with my band brothers, in this setting here and now, and it's and there's going to be exciting things to come, and it's just super exciting to now get to put 20 years of work into honing your craft and now see something come of it.
Heck yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, cheers to that,
Cheers
you
to
guys.
that.
Absolutely. Boom.
Happy Thirsty Thursday.
I think I might need to top off here. Chris, you need to.
Now, before we get into this last song, I feel like I'm struggling to figure out what 3 of your zodiac signs are. But I feel like Nick with a K, are you an earth sign?
I couldn't even tell you what that was. I've been at like I don't
Are you
know,
like a Taurus or a Capricorn?
I'm a Capricorn, yeah.
Okay. I'm a Virgo, which is also an earth sign.
So we would
So-
be good friends then?
Yes, because I
Okay.
feel like you're very
Hate those guys.
meticulous. You're very meticulous with work and what you're passionate about.
I
You're
am
very meticulous with.
Yeah, I feel like I'm very unpassionate about things, but when it's something I'm very passionate about, I am very invested in. So
Yeah,
Monday night,
it's like
it's
all or
11:30.
nothing.
We've got a
No,
quiz to do. and
that's
like,
very
we-
funny. What about
Well,
you
because
guys?
I just noticed you seem to. I think everyone equally contributes as a whole, like in general. But I feel like you are like able to somehow pick up on what they're saying and like kind of just give a summary and like
He's the lead man.
get
so-
right to it.
Yeah, I could honestly. I feel like my mind's probably running like 1,000 miles an hour too. That might
Yeah,
contribute.
same.
But yeah, that's funny. Dang.
And okay, so we'll start with Matthias. What is your zodiac sign? What's your birthday?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm a Libra.
Okay, very nice.
That's so you. I was
Honestly, I don't keep tabs on.
Well,
What-
you are a very composed, like very calm person. You've been very soft spoken, but I feel like when you do speak, you balance out the different personalities. So good on you.
One big happy
Full
family.
psychological breakdown.
I just yeah. There's
Okay.
There's nothing to say. I kind of just.
Yeah,
Just
you're
like-
balancing it out. It's the Libra scale.
Yeah.
He's
Okay.
The salt. He's the salt to the dish.
Yeah.
What
Ooh, my
Or,
turn?
what? Yeah. What's your?
with the
Could you guess?
smoked
Could you-
salmon shirt?
The smoked salmon.
I feel like
Could you
you're you could be like a Gemini or a Leo, something kind of more like
You are a Leo,
outward.
Leo, yeah, I'm a Leo for sure.
Oh, okay.
Just a really
Yeah.
hyper one, I guess. You know?
I had a feeling like when you what did I say? I was like, oh, the burnt orange, and then you're like, it's the salmon, and just like the color that you're wearing too. I was like, okay.
I'm proud of this shirt. You know, I
No, I
this
like
shirt.
it. I like it. Okay, Chris. Okay,
Yeah, I have no idea.
I feel like you could be like an earth sign, but go ahead.
February. Get that. February 13th.
Oh, you're an Aquarius.
Tell me what that means.
So Aquarius are typically very creative. Male Aquarius are a little like less outspoken, I guess, but there's always like a lot going on in their mind in terms of like ideas and like not being judgmental, but like analyzing situations and like taking things
different
from
to that.
what you
He's
observe,
he's
I
definitely
guess.
the dad of the group, you know. Hey, our kids, hone it in, you know.
That's pretty spot on. Yeah, nice.
Okay. Well,
That is
Cheers,
crazy
you
how
guys.
that all works, though. You know.
I feel like that's a nice mix of those four. The
Oh, yeah.
Libra, the Leo, the Capricorn, and the Aquarius.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Yeah.
solid.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
The
All
whole
right.
rising sign, though, that's where I get confused. Is
The moon signs.
the moon sign, the rising, and all that. But I should
You
do
gotta
some
download
research.
the app, man.
Exactly.
Well,
yeah, I should.
I'll send you guys after the show. We'll talk about it. But I have like a birthday book, and it has every single birthday, like all 366 birthdays, 2 pages worth. It's like a hardback
Oh wow.
cover book. Yeah, and it gives you like a lot of insight, and then the moon sign's basically like how you experience the world, like inwardly and emotionally, but not necessarily how you present yourself. It's like if you're by yourself or like with your partner or one of your best friends, that's how you are as your moon sign. But then your rising sign is like how you take in the world around you and your perception. And sometimes like with appearance, your rising sign can stem from whatever sign it is.
I'm gonna figure
But-
out who I actually am. Yeah, there we go.
That's awesome, though.
Heck Heck yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, what do we say we do this last one? I think Pipe Dream is what you had in
Why
mind.
not? Absolutely.
Cool.
Give them what they want.
Do you want to screw the intro? Just go.
A little impromptu.
Alright, you ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, I'm not 6'3", but I'll stand on my toes. I'll be the guy that sings, 'cause you're my English rose. But you wear rose-colored glasses, you know how it feels. What you're getting is a facade, don't you want something real? But I'll sit with this lump in my throat, hoping I don't choke come tomorrow. I'll picture you under the sides of the moon, taking pictures together in my show. Oh, should I go chasing daisies where daisies never grow? Really, that don't mind me much, 'cause she's so colorful, with her violet emotions and her ruby red dress. But looking into those green eyes that shot right in my chest, still I sit with this lump in my throat, hoping I don't choke come tomorrow. Oh, picture you under the size of the moon, taking pictures together in my show. Oh, and we don't know how we feel, so we send each other songs. But saying I still love you should never take that along. So look me in the eyes, say the words I want to hear. But you're just a pipe dream that I'll always hold dear.
He's like smash the guitar.
Woo!
Or something,
Yeah.
you know, like end of the show.
Thank you, guys.
Cheers.
So that last one, everybody tuned in. That was Pipe Dream, and that's the 4th song off of the EP that you can find on your preferred major music platform. And definitely check out their website. It's just ladydenimband.com. And subscribe to their newsletter. You can do that through the site. Check out their music and merch, and maybe they'll bring some 2-year anniversary merch your way pretty soon here for that EP. Who knows? Who knows? But the only way you'll find out, you follow them on Instagram or subscribe to the newsletter, and they'll let you know either way.
There we go.
And of course, check us out at jamsellers.com/buy and
Absolutely.
get yourself all stocked up before Easter, which I can't believe it's already Easter in a little over a week. That's crazy.
Crazy town.
He has risen.
Cheers, you guys. Thank you so
Awesome.
much.
Thank you so much.
Cheers.
You have a
Thank
good
you.
one.